Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the OQ podcast blog. Excuse me, got a bit of foam there. Always start the afternoon here with a nice brew, so just made myself a coffee. Thank you for watching episode 1, which I did, I think, which seems like ages ago now, but it was last week. Today's Monday. Been a busy one so far. Monday always tends to be like an admin day in my life. So busy catching up on really exciting stuff that I couldn't do at the weekend. Kind of stuff like clearing out the shit in the cat litter tray. I mean, I do that all weekend, obviously, but tax rebates as well. So you can see how they're linked here and in England as well. So catch up with really interesting stuff like that. And also, yeah, general stuff, laundry, cooking, making some nice batch cooking of soup. I'd say that after a few beers. So yeah, it's been quite a busy one, but here I am back in the shop, back in OQ service course, here in Puerto Pollença Mallorca. So after episode 1, I didn't know if it would be any good or not. I still don't know, but I had a bit of feedback. So some people asking where was I, where's the shop, where are we based? And yeah, so we're in Puerto Pollença, which is in the northeast of Mallorca, top sort of right hand corner. Not quite the very far tip, because that's Formentor where the lighthouse is, but we're pretty much like the bang diagonal opposite of where the airport is in Palma. So always an hour away from everywhere on the island. So we're normally about a 45-minute transfer from Palma Airport. Yeah. It's a nice beachside resort, very small. There's only one high-rise hotel here, which is I really like, because I'm not a big fan of lots of people. When it gets too busy, it's in summer here, it gets a bit much. But having a little shop here is really good, because you get to kind of see all what's going on, get to meet lots of nice people, and obviously get to ride the most amazing roads here as well. The asphalt here is just perfect. I mean, I take people out on guided rides, and I have to apologise for some of the roads. There's a couple with a few potholes and stuff, and they always say, hey, this isn't as bad as where we're from, and wherever that is from, whether it's the UK, Denmark, Sweden, Brazil, Canada, wherever. So on the whole, people really like the road surface here, and I mean, the actual routes themselves are phenomenal. Yeah, you've got so many places to ride to, but lots of variety as well, and that's hence why I'm based here. The whole island is amazing, and when you think of Mallorca, a lot of people think of places like Magaluf, which is like down in the south, not far from the airport. So normally people get off the plane and stumble into Palma Nova or to Magaluf, and then get on the old bevies. It's complete opposite here. So other end of the island, and right by the port, and right by the beautiful beaches. So yeah, we just, like I said in the first episode, we've been recovering after Storm Gloria, and there's quite a lot of work to be done to clean up, but I'm sure the local ayuntamiento, so the local town hall, will sort things out. But yeah, it's a stunning place. So those of you who've been here will know how beautiful it is, and yeah, it's quite something. What else? People were asking what I do here as well. So what happens in the shop? So really it started off because I was a sports therapist physio in professional football for my beloved Luton Town Football Club. And I kind of carried on that business after being a teacher. So I was a teacher for 8 years, and I wanted to become self-employed. So I started doing some sports therapy, injury rehabilitation. And when I moved here, I thought I'd give that a go. I didn't really want to be here for too long without trying to, put my roots down and get into the system and do things properly. So hence why we've got the little shop here. So it'll be 3 years old at the end of next month, so end of February. And yeah, it's been going ever since. So started off with just the sort of sports therapy side of things. Then we got Sir Bradley Wiggins' armchairs here. He does know I've got them, I think. Yeah, he does know. And him and Kath kindly gave me a couple. So if ever you're in, you can have a little sit down in their cool armchairs. And then started developing the cycling clothing side of things and nutrition. So when you come, you don't have to bring all your powders and get stopped at security to try and say what you've got in your plastic bags. So we've got different brands, stuff that I like and stuff that I know other people like. Throughout my vlogs, I'm going to be helping promote people if I can, and basically let you know what I do. So what else do we do here? I do guided rides, so I have people from all over the world come here, which links us to what was on social media the last week about our mate Lance Armstrong. So he's bringing people over here. I think it works out about $6,000 a day per person. That's phenomenal. I know I've been quoted at saying that's fucking crazy. It is. What he'll get from one person is more than I earn in a year, I reckon. I do it for the love. But no, it's an amazing place to guide people. You have such a variety here, from the mountains, the coast, the countryside back there, and then of course probably the best road or probably the best ride to do in one day, if you only have had one day to do, is over to the lighthouse. It's got everything. It's got shit scary tunnels. It's got amazing beautiful bays, La Cala Figuera, Cala Muerta. You've got really cool switchbacks. I mean, the very beginning, you've got 3 and a bit kilometres climbing up to the top. You've got on the left, you've got the weird penis statue. I know it's going to mention it probably every episode, to be honest. On the right, you've got the pepper pot, which we mentioned last time. And as you climb up there, the road surface isn't as good. However, the views are spectacular. Back down of Formentor Beach, Formentor Hotel, and then back down of the port. You've also got a few goats on the way, so you've got to be really careful of, not to hit Gary and his mates, because, they can be quite dangerous. And on a serious note, last year, unfortunately, a young rider did pass away. I think it was last year or the year before, maybe, from hitting a goat coming down off the Col de Sabatea, which is part of the main Tramontana Mountains. So Formentor has it all, and we're right on the doorstep. So I'm about 1.5 kilometres from the beginning of the climb, which is a roundabout where the army base are based on the right hand side. So here we've got rides for everyone and anyone. So with my guided rides, I tend to take people out for guiding, not for training. And this is a kind of a thing I get asked a lot. I'm coming to Mallorca, I want to do some training. Now for me, is it training or is it guiding? I know when I train on my own, obviously, and I've got to hit a certain either zone threshold rate or a heart rate. I train on power and heart rate, mainly power now, because power is absolute. But when people come here, they might be new to riding, they might have come here a long time or many times, and you've got to kind of clarify what it is these riders want. And I think that's what I love doing, finding out what they want, trying to show them places they've never been before, or trying to take them maybe to the same places but in different ways, different routes, different lanes. They're called caminos, so really funky little places, and then maybe stop at a different coffee shop for cake and café con leche or something they might not have had before. Now I remember last year, probably around not quite this time, but I had my friends from Liverpool, and there's a group of 9 lads, and they've been coming here years, and they know who they are. They're just a really fun bunch of guys, and I think they were trying to make, not make me push myself, but I know they're trying to make each other push themselves to see how hard we could go. And really good, really well drilled riders as well. And we're going along, and I took them down. Oh God, where did we go? Went to Cycling Planet, the place I mentioned before. Went down for a really cool little cami towards Santa Maria, then towards Biniagor, which is just amazing. It's a little pave hamlet where they make wine, and we go through there and then onto another Camino. And one of the riders said to me, "Oh man, this is amazing. I've never been down this lane before." And I kind of slowly looked at him and said, "Oh, me neither." So even now you're finding new lanes and new roads and new rides to go on, but it's quite easy because you've got the sea to one side and you've got the mountains the other side, and if you've got a guide, then it makes it that little bit easier. So another thing people have asked, why get a guide? Why would you want a guide here? And purely for me, for my guided rides, I guide between 1 and normally about 8 people, but normally 1 or 2. And from my teaching experience and coaching, I like to be able to help people. So basically, if they want to conquer a ride, or they've got a target in their head, so they've not been racing, they're not focused on doing ridiculous amount of miles, but they want to either do a climb, they want to do 100 kilometers, they want to do something really, really specific, or they have no idea, they've never been here before. So that's when it gets really interesting. I can show them around, I can show them various points of interest, and particularly when they're from other countries, or even like from my hometown, when I get to hang out with people and then they become my friends. So that's really nice as well. And last year, in fact, we had a couple of younger riders. So I had 2 years ago, we had the 80 years young Paul, who did Sakalobra. I think he did it in an hour and 20 minutes. And then last year, we had a young lad, Toby, who was, I think he was 9 years old. So at 9 years old, he was on a really cool frog bike that we got from Multi-Hire. They're really good, cool people in the port. And took his two cousins and his mum and dad, and they managed to keep up. So it was really good. And I think we managed something like 28 kilometres on the day. So hopefully they'll be back again, and Toby will probably kick my ass next time. But yeah, so it's just trying to encourage people riding, anyone, everyone, if we can. Here in the port, I think last spring there were, if I'm not mistaken, 23 bike shops just here in the port. And the port measures from, if I've done a really geeky thing to do, but from one point down near the army base all the way through to the end here where it all just finishes is 10 kilometres. So it's 10 kilometres by 2 kilometres, 23, 24 bike shops, which is ridiculous. So what is really good, and this is my own opinion, I don't know if you agree or if others agree, but why don't we all work together? We've all got different attributes, we've got different things, and what's really good is there's quite a few more electric bikes here, which means more people can ride. And it just kind of, on my walk here today, I don't often walk, but on my walk here today, I saw two little girls. They must have been, I think they're about 4 years old, and they're twins, and they live one block from where I live. And so I've seen them grow up, and now they're on bikes, like actual bikes, but they've got their stabilisers and their dad, and they're going up and down the pavement area of a local hotel to my house. So it's the Mar Senses. So obviously it's closed at the moment, and the dad's helping them going up and down this piece of pathway. And it's been brilliant because I've seen them on balance bikes, they're now on regular kids bikes, and no doubt if that kind of continues, these girls will be on other bikes, and what better place for them to grow up on bikes. And we all know, it creates a healthy lifestyle. It's good for all kinds of parts of the body, the heart, the lungs, muscles, and minds. Mental health these days is a very key area that people are looking into. And it just made me smile, just seeing these girls and the dad as well, coping with working with one whilst telling the other one what to do. Yeah, so that was really cool. But it kind of made me think as well, cycling is for everyone. But as adults, I know I probably don't come across as much of an adult sometimes, but as adults, we don't learn much more. We're not like kids. Kids are like sponges. We tend to be, more sort of stubborn. We have sort of more thought processes in place. We have belief systems. We're just basically programmed to how to think. Kids play. Kids pick up a bike. Kids fall off a bike. Kids laugh. Kids get hurt, but they learn. So really, what better place to learn to be on your bike than here? Okay, so that was one of the things that really got me thinking about why am I here? Why do I guide, and why do I like guiding? I mean, there's many guided groups here that are amazing, and they take groups of, 10, 15 plus riders, and they go really fast, they go really far, and that's not me. I mean, I have a scooter now, so I've got this Scamardi 125, and so if professional riders or people who want to go further, want to go faster, then I put a spare set of wheels in the back, I carry the water, carry on the nutrition for them, and we could do it. But to be honest, realistically, in the season, when it starts around mid-February time, I'm absolutely bollocksed, guiding every single day, coming back, massaging between 4 and 8 people. I have current health issues at the moment as well, which I don't want to bang on about, but it's hard. And I kind of figure I'm not that type of guide. There are guides out there that do big groups and do these mega 200 plus kilometre rides. So I'll leave it up to them. And just name check, Mallorca Cycling, Adam Moore and his guys, amazing groups, okay? So if you want to get out and ride with those kind of groups that go hard, go fast, go far, then check him out. I know he's on Instagram, and he's got a website as well. I believe it's like mallorcacycling.com or something. So I've just been trying to think of what to say in these podcasts, and someone asked me if I wrote anything down, and I do, but it's like a shopping list. You write it down and then you forget the fucking thing and you don't know where you put it. So yeah, so just thinking on my cycling for all and cycling lifetime, let's say, makes me think. I just had my mum over here, what was that, a week and a half ago, and I always say I'm not going to say her age, but my kidney that I got from my mum will be 70 in March. So really important that she obviously carries on looking after herself, which she is. She's in immaculate condition. Sounds like I'm describing a car, but you know, my mum is in immaculate condition. She's really good. She's an amazing woman, obviously. But she said to me, she was on the phone and she got all really serious. And she said, I've got something to tell you. And I was thinking, oh, fuck, she can't be pregnant. Well, nah. She said, well, actually, I want something to ask you. I was like, oh, okay, what? She went, I want you to help me buy a pair of trainers. And I was like, yeah, I love trainers. You know, it's one of my things. I'm like the Imelda Marcos of the trainer world, you know, the shoe world. So she wanted to buy a new pair of trainers so that I could take her to the gym while she was here, so I could explain some various weight bearing exercises she can do to incorporate into her gym program that she does. So she goes to the gym already. She goes and does, I don't know, water Zumba, water aerobics, but she needs to do weight bearing activities. So, and I've seen this quite a few times with cyclists, female specifically, because it's a special population. There's a thing called the bugger, what is it called? Can you hear my brain thinking there? Something about the triad, the female triad. So things that, if you're an endurance athlete, not that my mum is, but she used to be a really good runner, and you basically end up losing your period, affecting your bone health and bone density. And these are things that we need to look upon, you know, because we don't want to get fractures, hairline fractures or bigger breaks, particularly as we get older. So I sort of said, yes, brilliant, we'll go to the gym. So that was really cool because I got to see my mum really concentrate, and she actually really took it seriously. Then we went through a program with her, and I took some photos so that she can, when she's in the gym, she can see what to do. And obviously form when you're lifting is really important because you don't want to get injured. And yeah, so that's why we go to the gym, really. But then some people have also asked me, why go to the gym during the cycling season? Well, I'm not a cycling coach. I have done various different courses for like sport and exercise science in my degree and things like that, but it's all about periodization. So when should you go to the gym? We'll probably touch on this again in another vlog before going on too much, but why do strength training? Well, ultimately to avoid injury and to increase our strength, which then in turn increases our power, which then can help with our speed. Strength times speed equals power. So if we can look at that and look at main complex or compound exercises, we can look at things called, just free weights. It's easy. You know, it's basic stuff like squats, deadlifts. We can incorporate those into a program and make you then stronger throughout for your season coming up. And even if you're not a racing cyclist, you know, it's really good and really important for bone strength. So you have these little things within your bone cells called osteoblasts and osteoclasts, and then within the osteocytes. I know this is a bit geeky and scientific, but it's what I used to teach. So the osteoclasts are these little cells that basically break down and have like where you have micro trauma within your bones, and the osteoblasts build them back up. As we get older, this activity slows down. So we need to kind of like speed it up again to get this activity going. The only way to do so, weight bearing. So cycling isn't weight bearing. We need to do other stuff. Walking, running's not great because it's going to hurt your joints, your knees and ankles. So walking, going to the gym is really good. So consider that, guys, when you're thinking about what to do to kind of, to add on to your exercise regime. Once or twice a week if you can, to do some exercises based in the gym or at home where you can do it yourself. Like I say, probably go into that later on. And people saying also, I've drawn a blank. maybe that's a good time to finish. Sorry, just back. I figured I couldn't think of stuff because I needed the toilet. So pop back and going to carry on. I'm going to be doing this maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Like I say, it might be interesting to you, might not. But yeah, as the season goes on, there's going to be more to talk about. You never know, Lance might be popping by to say hey. But certainly there will be some really cool people. So keep an eye, get subscribing if you want, or if you don't, then whatever. So my YouTube channel my name is Ottilie Quince, and you should be able to see the subscribe button below this video. And yeah, give me some feedback and any questions you want me to answer for next time. Apologies for the ums, the ahs and the buts, but feeling pretty tired today. Got a long week ahead of me, but hopefully a good positive one. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Take care for now, guys. Adios.